if you remember when we were in Fire Island, like you kind of gave me an ultimatum. You said it's either this or we don't do this, right?
This being?
This, we either stay open or we don't, and this relationship ends. Like there was no working around it.
Got it.
Well, if I'm working very hard at trying to figure out how to make an open relationship work, have you given any thought as to why you have such an aversion to monogamy?
I go through phases where I'm just like, I don't want to have sex. I'm like not interested. I can be persuaded, but like, I don't know. And then I go through phases where I'm like, oh my God, I can't get sex off my mind. Please, Lord, give me sex right now. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of that lately. And
a lot of
me being like, oh my God, like revved up. Mm-hmm. And Lauren being like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Where I'm like, you're not into this.
I'm just not feeling just very sexual right now. Sarah has been in a period of like extreme, like wanting to have sex, and she'll say, I'd like to have sex this evening. I say, great, like I'm in. Like I'll absolutely have sex. Like I might not be wanting like in that moment to have sex, but the fact that she wants to have sex, like, yeah, I can certainly be into that. And then nothing will happen. And then I feel like I continually get blamed.
And what's your wish?
That she would like want to have sex, or like at least bring it up.
That she would want, or that she would initiate?
I guess initiate, because I feel like I'm always initiating. I feel like we got into little grooves here and there where things would click and we'd make something work, and then we'd fall out of it, and then it was just really hard to start back up. Like, I think at some point, probably right before we got married, it was like we were going like a month or two without having sex. I think
without
2 months.
Any kind of sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we got married, like, I think I started panicking right before we got married, of just being like, oh no, like there's part of me that's dying.
Meaning if you give up on your sex life, the two of you.
Yeah, I remember that was my only hesitation, was being like, our sex life, I don't know if this is right.
Did you talk about it then?
We tried talking about it. I feel like every time we talked about it, it got heated. And like, I think that Lauren felt defensive and like I was attacking. But then after we got married, we opened up our relationship, and that, like, it was like a pressure relief valve. Just the conversation of being able to have sex with other people took a lot of pressure off. Because suddenly she wasn't on the defense. She was like, oh, you have needs. Cool. And here's a solution, like, where maybe you can get your needs met. And then she was kind of thinking like, well, shit, maybe I want to date men.
Yeah.
And then we got to explore all of that together. And that was just magic. That was like such a turning point for a relationship.
That was pretty cool.
And then suddenly, like, we were like having sex with other people separately, together. And then it was like encouraging us to have sex, like more sex together.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And it really just sort of like changed our whole world. And now that I say this, I'm like, we haven't dated anybody externally in about a year. And I have like a massive crush on someone. And so like, I'm super revved up. Like, I know that's why I'm revved up.
Yeah.
And it's been really fun to like share my fantasy with Lauren and like tell her every step of the way and like, this happened today, you know? Like, crushes happen. And it's been great, but I'm not getting the like I want to bring that energy to her and be like, because nothing is happening, but like, let's do this. Like, let's roll with this energy. And she's not, especially like, she is not in a place where she can like roll
Come
with
along.
me. Yeah.
I think that's, what do you want my response to be?
I just wish that you were like as excited to have sex with me as I am to have sex with you.
We met within the context of an open relationship at a time in our lives where, you know, I was exploring things and he was exploring different things, and we kind of met.
Generally, what kind of things?
A more open sex
More
life.
sexually.
Yeah.
Sexually. We were both exploring sexually.
So he and I are separately serial monogamous, right? From one relationship to another to another. And I think for both of us, we realized sex doesn't have to mean one person for the rest of your life. It can happen within the confines of an emotionally committed relationship. And I think that's what attracted both of us to each other, right? And created that bond.
Did you bring other people into your
Yes.
shared sex life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did that work for the two of you?
Yeah, I think at the time, like, I always looked at it as like we were kind of our like exploration buddies, you know, and that's kind of where the relationship flourished from there.
And did that stop at some point?
So boundaries became a huge issue, and we did.
Who wanted what kind of
I think
boundary?
when we first got together, the boundaries were that we only dated other people together as a couple. And then, you know, just scheduling issues became difficult, whatever. And so she started dating someone on her own. So then, you know, we decided to try that for a while.
But then his boundaries were, okay, you can't go on long walks with them, you can't cuddle, you can't do this,
Well, that's
you can't
going
do
way
that.
back.
Hold on. Meaning you can't do things that are...
I can't do monogamous relationship things with other people. And
You can do pure sexual...
just pure sex, show up for
Got
the
it.
sex, put your clothes on and come home.
Got it.
And for me, that's not sexy to me. I don't operate, you know, like that. So he had a problem with how I was going to be intimate with someone else. But then when we were looking for other people to date, he was having a hard time because most guys will respond to me. But for guys, it's much more difficult. So sometimes I would help him write the notes to the prospects, right? And it worked. But I think when he started seeing other people, there was that switch that flipped, and all of a sudden, oh, I can do this with them. Oh, I can do that with them. Oh, that's okay. This is okay. So it's a free-for-all now. So he would disappear for 3 to 4 hours, not check in, no text, nothing. And I think at that time, it wasn't so much I was jealous. It was just, hello, we're in a relationship where we have other people. So you need to be more mindful of who your primary is. This is someone who told me I can't do X, Y, and Z, and all of a sudden he's out doing X, Y, and Z.
You were upset.
Yeah, the deeper issue is really,
Feeling left out.
I feel fucking left out, and that's not what this relationship is about. That's not what.
What's you're smiling because
Because the irony is, like, she's saying she feels left out. It's always people trying to include her. Like,
I love how you don't take any accountability for how you make me feel. It's not about them, okay?
what would you want Will to say? What would be a way that he could convey to you that he is taking some responsibility? What would it sound like?
I guess I would love it if he says, you know what, you're more important to me than all these other people.
Is there a way that you can communicate to her that she is important, that she's actually the most important?
I feel like anytime I tell her how I feel about her, she just says, no, you don't. That's not how you feel. Or,
So part of you feels defeated.
yeah. I try to reassure her with words. She either calls it bullshit or says, no, you don't, you know. I you know, try to show her with small actions and things, and she says, that's not enough, or that's not good enough, or... This is what causes me probably the most stress and anxiety in this relationship, is just trying to always figure out how to make her happy and always failing at that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like I've racked my brain endlessly and have lost countless hours of sleep over it, and just trying to think of things to do and always coming up short.
What are you hearing, Ping?
Honestly, Just a whole lot of whining.
Shit, yeah. I think that's why I hear a lot too.
Yeah. Because, he makes it seem like I'm this shrew running around. Pay attention to me, pay attention to me. I need this, I need that, and I don't.
I don't think I
Wait,
said that.
I'm a little concerned about what's happening right now. Are you thinking for a second about what Will is saying to you, about his experience?
Yes.
And your response to that is a whole lot of
Whining.
whining. It's hard to know what to do in my seat with that response. Because if I can't rely on the two of you having some concern for each other, I don't know what we're doing here.
But this growing resentment that I have for him it's not from any one incident. It's from all of these incidents where I see him choosing himself, choosing his needs, putting someone else's needs in front of mine. So, you know what? Fuck you. All I hear is whining. I don't fucking care. I am the person that he can come home to, he can get comfortable, sit around and fart and be himself. But he won't do that with other people. Mm-hmm. He puts on his best self for other people, not for me.
I had a red line for our marriage, and she knew the red line because I told her, like, look, like if we decide to open this together, right? You cannot be with him. Like that will screw me up. Like that will fuck me up. Like I don't know how I'm gonna react to that. And I made it incredibly clear, right? So this guy comes into town, and I didn't bug them. Like you guys went to a museum for a long time one day. The next day,
I had work to do.
but
I had an
but the point
afternoon.
is like you didn't invite me. That's kind of important, right? And Chrissy, like,
Can I
Yeah.
stop you for a second? Christy, I want you to try to listen differently, not for the facts, for how things really unfolded, but for Brock's story, like how he experienced it. It's more interesting than the actual sequence of events. It's like how each person really felt it from within.
so anyway, the sequence of events after that is blurry. But 2 days later, he slept with Chrissy. And like, I just remember weirdly like 3 feelings, like it's a very strange mix. Like I remember being so angry at her. I remember still like loving her, which I was confused by. And then the next day, like I just felt free. It was like I no longer had to like care for her. I no longer had to care what her opinions were. And that's when I was like, okay, then we just opened the marriage. Like I was not gonna have no for an answer at this point. It was like, no, we're doing this now, right? That was like a really bad time because I was a horrible husband, but I also felt incredibly powerful. Like I felt like I am finally in control. And so I went on some dates. I was intimate with someone. It's an interesting feeling after 15 years of being with one person to go out with other people and realize, oh, like, hey, like, I am really kind of a likable guy, And so she got really uncomfortable. So we shut the marriage, and then I felt controlled again. And the anger just like, it was just so bad. And I was like, I want a divorce, like, can't do this. And she apologized. She said, let's give it 30 days. And I said, fine. And then we gave it 30 days. And then we slowly started to rebuild.
Okay, so we are here because Nadine has. We need to transition into polyamory. Nadine is oriented as polyamorous.
Sorry, we need to?
Well, not need to. Well, there is a need in the sense of our relationship will not continue if we don't. There's a lot of love in the relationship, of course, but I think we need to get to a place where we are both comfortable in a relationship dynamic that works for both of us.
I'm kind of tempted to break it down immediately. I'm like jumping right in. So I'm just curious about this use of need to. It sounds like the hope is that it will solve something, but what will it solve? Why does the relationship need it?
So through time, I've always admired couples that were non-monogamous, and I've always just been drawn to it and felt like that was more authentic to who I was. Now, that's taken a long time for me to be able to even admit that to myself, to admit it to a partner. And even if I knew it on some level, when we first met, I was so taken by her that I was like, my knee-jerk reaction always is to like hide, suppress for whatever person or love or whatever thing. And then I had mushrooms. I'd had a psychedelic experience that kind of, I met little Nadine.
In that journey?
In that experience. And I realized she was so sad and in so much pain. And I feel like I was awakened to myself, and then it like shifted everything for me. And from that moment forward, I was like on a mission of like truth and liberation for myself, you know? Because I realized I didn't even know I was gay. Like, it took me a long time. Like, I know. I know. So I was so repressed, like you cannot imagine.
So I'm just catching up to the way you process things. You're talking about difficult things and laughing. So
This is my coping. I think,
but you're both doing that.
Yeah, I think I have a healthy sense of humor, and I think I needed it growing up. So I think it's something that we use as a tool between us.
I would also say that some things are kind of funny in terms of like how much we overreact. We met once, and Nadine was like, "I have every intention to be in a relationship with you."
I hate you say that. I was like, whoa. I truly believe there's something kind of divine between us. Christine was the first like woman that I had like romantic, like a desire for a relationship, like that kind of future. There was just a space for the first time in my life of like unconditional love. And in that unconditional love, I felt free enough to come forth. But starting polyamory to sustain myself, to have a relationship, this is something that I think needs to happen for myself.
What about you, Christine?
Well, ideologically, I'm in full support of polyamory. I think it's delicious and amazing. But 3 months into our relationship, she was like, I think we need to open. Like, I don't really think there's anything you can do. And I go into the bathroom, I get into a fetal position. I'm like hyperventilating. I feel like I'm blacking out. Like,
I almost don't
even
remember all of it.
Yeah, I was just so devastated. I was like, I'm not good enough, I'm inadequate. But the reason I was open to open, I have a lot of big aspirations. Like, I feel like I have a calling.
What is your calling?
So my family's from the Middle East. We're from the West Bank of Palestine.
You're from the West Bank? Where are they from in the West Bank?
We're from a city called Ramallah, which is the de facto Palestinian capital. Both my parents were born in Jerusalem.
Yeah. You know I'm Israeli?
Yes.
Yeah. I know Ramallah.
Yeah. Oh, have you ever been?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, next time you should come visit.
Okay.
It's a really wonderful place.
Okay, I might have to go through some brutal checkpoints.
Yeah. So we moved there when I was 3, and we lived through an uprising there. Then we came back here, and I think that really shaped me in seeing what it's like not to have privilege when I'm living in the West Bank under military occupation. And so I feel an obligation to take my privilege here and to recreate a world where all of us can live with the same dignity and respect. So I want to do global health. I plan to work in war zones and not in war zones and everywhere. I don't expect a partner to drop everything and follow me around. So I thought of open out of necessity, not out of desire. And when it's out of desire, it hurts my feelings. So I think I'm trying to figure out, are these the growing pains of shifting into a different relationship dynamic? Is it the natural discomfort of doing polyamory, or is this something that just isn't going to work between us as a couple?
Josh felt disappointed that I wasn't like thinking of him first. Has really
Or maybe not even, it's not even first. I expected us to be like Erin first and then me and then like acrobatics and her business partner. But I got the sense that I was constantly competing and sometimes below those things, oftentimes below. And I was like, fuck, like that's brutal. That felt brutal.
Yeah, recently I've tried to be so much better at prioritizing Josh and time and making sure that he feels loved in a way that he feels loved.
And like here's the interesting thing. Now I want to be less of an epic partner. And there are moments where that now imbalance, Erin's like, oh, where's that epic partner that was so enthusiastic? And I'm kind of just like, yep, this is how it feel like for me. It sucks.
You want to retaliate because of this resentment.
I wouldn't describe it as retaliation because it doesn't feel like...
More like a lack of empathy?
It's like a lack of empathy. I'm just like, yep. It's unpleasant, I know.
But you have an impish look like you're taking some pleasure in that.
No, I don't think that there's pleasure taken from it. I can make it more delicate. And I don't do that intentionally.
So that Erin hurts the way you hurt.
That's what it feels like. And that's what he said. He's like, yeah, welcome to how I felt for so long. And then I'm like,
Yeah, but
you suffered?
There's
You
more to
suffered?
that.
You
There's more to that. Come on, there's more to that,
Okay.
for sure. I suffered and also you repaid me in a very negative way.
How so?
What does that mean?
With everything we talked about last night.
What are we
So like
talking?
however you want to articulate that,
What are we talking about?
go for it.
Like, okay, so we've had like very few boundaries with who else we connect with. And there was one person which we had agreed upon that I shouldn't connect with. But then through courses that were totally against my own morals, me and the other person connected.
What does that mean, connected?
Like, we crossed boundaries that shouldn't have been crossed.
What's another term for that?
Wait, what's happening with this inquisition?
Yeah.
No, I think it's like important. Like Erin cheated on me,
Okay.
right? And like that's what happened, right? And so when I say like now Erin is being more attentive than usual, it was because of this incident that almost destroyed our relationship.
I was like, I fucked up. And I wanted to make sure that this, well, first of all, that it didn't continue. And also I wanted to make sure that Josh knew that he was important to me and the most important person in my life. So
Then also,
I was like,
I also just want to say that like it also speaks a lot to who Erin is to be able to hold that in this space. So I just want to like praise her also for your bravery and being able to like talk about this. And I forgive you for it. And I love you. And it's super brave to be able to share about it in this setting.
yeah, thank you.
If you remember when we were in Fire Island, like you kind of gave me an ultimatum. You said it's either this or we don't do this, right?
This being?
This, we either stay open or we don't, and this relationship ends. Like there was no working around it.
Got it.
Well, if I'm working very hard at trying to figure out how to make an open relationship work, have you given any thought as to why you have such an aversion to monogamy? Why are you so scared of monogamy? What about monogamy is so hard for you to be in?
I think there are multiple thoughts that come up. The fear of containment, the fear of being committed to one person only.
What's wrong with that?
I don't see it. I don't see how we could love one person and only be committed to that one person. How I see it is that the energy that I have, I want to give it off to you. And if I have a friend that I feel this energy and it's consensual, it works both ways, why not share that?
Okay, I just am trying to understand. If monogamy is something you know you can't do, I want to know that you know why. Because I think for me personally, the thing that I fear the most is when Kyle can become another person when he's intoxicated under the influence. And then I just kind of see Kyle drifting away with either another guy or another group of guys. And then inside, I'm like falling apart. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, where's he going? What's gonna happen? You know, like, I get concerned.
You have the tendency of thinking of the worst case scenario.
Sure.
Whether it's in our relationship,
Sure.
previous relationship,
Sure.
all the way from the childhood. And that over-protectiveness is like, it feels naggy, it feels, okay, you're being unrealistic. Where's my little bit of freedom? And that's when I started to roll my eye. He's overreacting, he's overprotective, he's overanalyzing. You're not my mom, or you're not my dad. I think one of the reasons why we came here in the first place is to learn how to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
How I can be able to be vulnerable and be able to effectively communicate with you, knowing that you will be there.
Pause for a second.
Sorry, it just,
Yeah.
it's like intense. I'm really holding myself down right now because it's like, this is heavy. This is some heavy stuff coming up. I'm sorry.
Mondo, take your time.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, so I was in a domestic violence situation with an ex who was on drugs, and I didn't know. I had no idea.
What was he on?
Crystal meth. Anyways, we had gone out one night, and I found him completely naked. It wasn't that kind of party. People were not naked. It was just him. He lost his clothes, lost his wallet, lost his phone, lost everything, keys. I got us home to my house, and he must have not known who I was, because then he just turned around and then punched the hell out of me. Then he repeatedly beat my face into the ground until I was able to like push him off. And my whole eye was completely out. My cheekbone was completely exposed. My whole mouth area was raw. Like, he hit this, like, I was literally like this, just taking it.
Terrible what you're describing.
Yeah, it sucked. And so openness to me comes with so much unknown. It scares the crap out of me. You have to understand, for me, it's like these little things that tend to be super minor and small and innocent just for playful fun, right? Those could have meaning, which is why I'm giving you the responsibility to understand why not monogamy? Why not keep your partner safe? Because I would do anything to keep you safe.
How are you feeling listening to Mondo telling what happened?
And right now, I do understand how you're making an association, because, like you said, you never thought that in a million years that would happen to you, and it did. So now you're thinking, okay, if that happens to me, then anything could happen to me.
Yeah, because I let my guard down.
Yes.
Completely with this guy.
Yes.
I'm sorry it's coming up, but I'm using it because I'm trying to get you to understand that hopefully there's some clarity there, that now you understand where I'm possibly coming from. I'm thinking that's where it could possibly come from.
Okay.
What's your reaction? What is your reaction?
My reaction is telling myself and reminding myself, you have this really amazing partner that you want to take into consideration. Not be mindful, but be considerate of his past and how my current decision can cause emotional pain for him. So yeah, I'm hearing you.